fact, I love sleeping in my car. So I didn't go home because I knew I was tired. So I just took an hour-long nap in my car. If I would have been home, it would have been a 3-hour nap. Update on my car. I drove to Mishawaka, and the mechanic had to leave for like family, kids, sick stuff. He said I can come back tomorrow, but I can't actually come back tomorrow, so next Tuesday. So who knows what's going to happen with my car. Ugh. Cars. In criminology today, I'm reading about sexual violence. As I read it, it's just so heavy. So many times in my life where how do you say it? Like, I know that fear of like not knowing if you're safe, and like the route I usually would choose would to try to be like passive or compliant to keep the person calm so that I wasn't hurt. And then at the same time, like questioning, like, is this shit like really happening? I've never been raped, but I've definitely, I mean, I don't know that there's any women that haven't been in situations where a man is violent or like objectifying or controlling. I appreciate this Me Too movement because it's a common occurrence. I'm 40 and I can tell you how many times I've been in situations that made me feel unsafe. I remember at 18 years old sitting in a job interview, and the whole time the man just like stared at my legs. I was 18 and he was significantly older than me, and it made me like, I just felt so uncomfortable and scared the whole time, not knowing what was going to happen. And it's just those little tiny things. So I have to read it 69 pages. I've gotten through 20. And like, I keep grinding my teeth. I almost started crying a moment ago. It's like, this shit it's intense to read. I probably will not work in this field of sexual violence. I can't even imagine how people do this. Look at that guy. I can't imagine how people do this that have actually like experienced sexual assault, because I haven't, like, I've only just like minor situations, and it's still emotionally intense. Ugh, I'll be glad when this reading assignment's done. So I got my 70 pages read, which is awesome. I still need to finish a paper due tomorrow, and I think I started studying for a thing, adverse possession, in my property class. I think I know it pretty well, but I'd like to review it again tonight. So I'm on my way to translating at probation. I'll pick up David, then dinner, and finish the studying. I'm really glad I got those 70 pages read, though, because last week I did not get all that crim done. So that's great. It's been intense, though. Intense, besides reading about sexual violence, which nobody wants to read that crap. The school called me for Serenity. I haven't mentioned her lately. I still miss her a lot, of course. But she's happy and good. The dad and I have been in discussions in regards to like the guardianship stuff, or custody and guardianship. He wants me to just remove my name so that the grandma would have guardianship. That's what he thinks. And I told him, why didn't he just apply for custodian? He said he doesn't have money for an attorney, but it's like when something's going on, just like, and so like Friday, that's when he was supposed to come over, and then all of a sudden, like, and I was there, and I'm like, I have no pressure. Like, if you want to come. If you don't, no big deal, whatever you want. So she's like, I do want to come, and I asked her dad and made sure I was respectful to him, and then all of a sudden, like, he's in a room with her, and she can't go, and so it was weird. And so today I was like, what's up with that shit? What's going on? Like, you got a problem? Because every Friday she's supposed to come over, and so if there's a problem or you don't want her coming over or whatever, we need to discuss it before I invite her over every Friday. And he was evasive. This Friday she's not supposed to come over, but next Friday, and he's like, well, we'll just see then. So he still just views me as his enemy, and he wants me to sign off the guardianship. So I messaged my attorney and let her know, hey, Serenite's living with her dad, it's going really well. So she called me and said, if we remove me, this is my like vague understanding. If we remove me of guardian, actually, because I'm the custodial guardian, what'll happen is she goes back to her the custody, which would be her biological mother. And so what needs to happen is that the dad needs to file for a change in custody or something, modification of custody. And he can do it himself, like, it's okay. So I call him, and he's still trying to argue with me, and I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to hurt you, or like, I mean, I'm not sure what the problem is. But it's intense. It's intense because I love this little girl. I would happily raise her for the rest of her life. He's slightly adversarial and or mistrusting. Maybe it's more than anything. It's just he doesn't trust me, and so he is evasive and dishonest at times with me, which, I mean, he doesn't know me, so he has no reason to trust me. It's hard. Yeah. So I just hang up the phone and cry for a minute. Because it's like, I'm not trying to hurt you, dude. I'm not trying to hurt the little girl. Like, I love her. And I want what's best for her, so it's hard. Okay, I just want to show you how they wash the toilets at school. You see this shit? This is the girls' bathroom. All of them. All of them are like this here. I was going to use the rest of them, but actually I'll just show you. Look, here's another one. The lid's up, and they're fucking have water all over them. Like, who washes a toilet like that? That's gross. So I'm going to give an update on law school semester 2. I have 5 classes, 15 credit hours, 5 classes. I know in one of my videos I think I said 5 credits, but it's 5 classes with 15 credits. So far things are kind of going okay. It's a lot of reading, of course. I think that's what law school is. I've had one assessment, and that felt okay. I turned that in on Wednesday. I did it on Wednesday, and then I turned in a memo for research and writing, and that wasn't that great. I don't think it was bad, but it wasn't great. Overall, I feel like it's okay. I miss the Kalamazoo crew all being at Kalamazoo together, because now we're kind of broken up and there's mix and match, and so there's a couple classes I'm taking that other people are taking, but they're taking them at Grand Rapids, whereas I'm in Lansing, and so I don't get to work with them to learn as much, which I appreciated before. I like the group work. This has become my favorite study sweater. My house was always cold, and this makes me so comfy. So my friend Tansy got this for me, and so I just want you to know it is used every single day. So thanks. So yesterday my son asked me if I could take him to the movies in Goshen, which is about 30 minutes from us today for Friday. So he asked Thursday if I could take it Friday. And I said, I plan on going to Goshen Friday, so I can do that. And it's first Fridays in Goshen, and so you could walk around and do stuff. And this is what my schedule is. And so does that work for yours? And he said, for yours? So he said, yeah, we could do that. And then I said, well, who all are you going with? like, do I need to pick anyone up? Like, what's the, you know, who's there? Well, you know, this boy and this boy. And he said, oh, great, good, okay. I'll call, I know that boy's mom pretty well. I'll call her just to verify everything. He was like, what? You don't need to call her. I'm like, right, that's what I suspected, sweetheart. So I will call her. So if there's anything different you'd like to tell me before I call her, right now would be your opportunity. Well, Mom, maybe that boy's not going to be there. Right. I know the boy's not going to be there because he and David aren't actually friends. Like, I don't think they're enemies or anything. They just never hang out. Like, I don't think they fit. I've seen this since 4th grade. They've gone to school together, and it's just not a clique. But I said, great. Okay, so you won't be going to the movies unless I know who you're going with, and I can talk to their mother. I think he's in 8th grade. I think that he was trying to meet his girlfriend. That, or there's a little boy named Alan that I stopped letting him hang out with because every time he'd hang out with Alan, bad things would happen. And I don't think Alan's a bad kid at all. I just don't think that there's any, like, he doesn't have any adult supervision. And so, like, they looked at porn. They set up some sort of, like, dating websites, like, or things when they were 11. They made a homemade bong when they were like 10 or 11 and smoked salt or some stupid shit in it. All the things that he did that he shouldn't be doing was at that kid's house. And I don't think the kid is bad. I like the kid, but I don't think the adults are supervising them to the level that they need to, such as, like, you can't go there. Alan is welcome to come to our house. So it could be that little guy that he wants to meet, and he's just afraid to tell me that, or it's a girl. One or the other. Either way, my sweet angel is dishonest and tries to be sneaky. Luckily, I'm an adult, and I happen to still be smarter than him at this point. There is sun in Indiana today. Who doesn't love that? So I'm on my way to meet my pastor. I love the people at my church, and I miss church a lot, but I've barely attended in the last, like, year or so. Sometimes if it was a little later in the day, I'd go. Right now I have classes on Sunday, so I can't go. I'm in one of the committees, and I attend those meetings because they're like Thursday nights every couple months. But other than that, I'm not able to be too involved, and so it feels like I'm really not part of the church like I'd like to be. It's like, it's something that weighs on me all the time. People are looking at me while I'm talking on my phone. But like, it makes me feel really good that the pastor, like, messaged me and asked me for coffee to just check in. I assume there's two things. This pastor is leaving the church, like he's going to go do other things in his life. We have 3 pastors, and so there's this idea that, like, when there's something negative, the idea that the pastor wants to maintain a relationship with the congregation is really prevalent. And so I think that he actually wants to tell me bad news, kind of, and that like they are having him do it rather than the other. I have probably better relationships with the other 2 pastors, but I think they're sending him because he's leaving. And so even though he couched this invitation as checking in and wanting to see how I'm doing, I think the reality is the church has a relationship with my son's school. And so, like, as members of the church, they actually pay for my son's school, which is remarkable, amazing, and generous. And, like, I can't say enough good things about this school, about my son's experiences there, how much he loves it. It's just like 100 different levels. It's wonderful. And it's so generous for the church to have supported it. It's 4 years now. He's in 8th grade. But considering we don't attend, it's also fair if they are like, honey, we're not going to keep paying for church when you're not part of us. So I assume that is what's happening, but I might be wrong. So we'll see what happens. Dámelo.